Hi everyone, welcome to another video with me, Pilates with Rich. So let's begin immediately. Start with 2 heavy springs, usually on your side. I'm assuming it's red, so start with 2 red. I'm not feeling very adventurous today, so I'll keep it to 2 red. I'm gonna lift my headrest up a little bit, okay? And of course, you lie down like this, right? You lie down with your bum at the edge, and then you just swing your legs up, okay? So I like to adjust my hair, okay? Hands on the side. So we're gonna just start off with some hip rolls first to just activate the whole pelvis core, okay? Inhale, prepare. Exhale, scoop your stomach and roll it up one spine at a time. Good. Inhale at the top. Exhale, release slowly, spine by spine. Nice and slow. Inhale, exhale, roll in and up. Exhale, roll all the way up. Imagine you're pushing your knees and this whole torso and your legs is long and you're pushing like a wall. Like a wall away from you. You're doing a hip extension movement and then drop your chest first and then your stomach and then your hips. Okay, let's keep going. We still have 7. Exhale, 3. Inhale. I just want to say something really funny. My outfit today is totally giving me back farts. So just in case you hear them, it's those back farts, okay? Because of this specific sports bra. Okay, let's finish with exhale 3. There you go. Probably you heard it. Inhale, rolling down. But a back fart doesn't stop you from the Pilates workout of the day, right? Yep. And last one. Good. Hold up here and exhale. Push out. Inhale. Come back up. So the key here is when you're pushing out, you're still relaxing your chest downwards, right? When you're coming back up, you're feeling tall, long, long. You're pushing that wall with your knees. Out again. And coming back high. Squeeze those glutes. And last 3. Exhale, pulling back. Last 2. Coming back, pulling higher, higher, higher. Squeeze those bums. Last 1. And exhale. Come back and release one spine at a time. That was very nice. Now we're gonna do a little bit of a different hip lift. Okay, that was a hip roll, right? Where you have a posterior tilt, meaning your pubic bone is higher than your 2 bones here. Those are called the ASIS, in case you're wondering. Now we're gonna do hip lift, where you're just keeping this plate here. You got this plate and you got some soup here. It's not spilling anywhere. It's not spilling to your chest. It's not spilling out to the back. It's just neutral, and you just lift like maybe 2.5 centimeters. Hold there. You can test it with your arms, with your palms of your hands. Good. And just extend your knees. Extending your knees means straighten your knees. Good. Exhale 2. Hold it there. Inhale. 3. Maintain that. Give it a little bit of a check. Put in your thumb behind your bum. Check. You're not going higher as you execute this movement. You're maintaining that little 2.5 centimeters the whole time. So this means that your front core, your back core, they have to work equally hard to maintain that muscle tension, okay? And let's say another 3. And last 2. Good. And last 1. Very nice. Now that you're all warmed up, we can start with a little bit of a footwork, okay? We're just gonna high half toes, adduct your legs together, and just push out. And coming back. I like to do exhale when I push out, even though in the start method, when you're intermediate or advanced, like I am, you usually inhale when you go out. But I still stick to the exhale on the out. Inhale when I return. Exhale. Inhale. You see I'm keeping my core engaged. I'm keeping the same length You know, it's funny when you say engage, like what does engage mean, right? It means, well, where we want it at that specific moment. Well, here, we want it right here. I like to do an imprint. I have an anterior tilt, meaning my bum sticks out to the back like Beyonce. So it feels much nicer for my back to do an imprint, meaning my pubic bone is higher than my ASIS, okay? Yeah. If you want to know more, you can learn. You can drop me a message and I'll guide you through it. Okay, and now let's come back. Next, let's do some lower and lifts. Activate our ankles. You're here, your knees are lengthened out, and you just lower your heels, push it up. 1, 2, exhale, inhale. 3, exhale, inhale. 4, and 5. And last one, 6. On this high heel, flex your knees back, bend your knees back, and go out again. And now we do 5. 1, exhale. 2, exhale. 3, exhale, lower, inhale, lift. Okay, last 2. And last 1. Inhale, lift, and bend your knees and come back. We're not done. Keep that strong core, that same length, and push down for 4. 2, exhale. 3, and last 1. Good. Tiptoe and bend your knees back, keeping that heels high, okay? We still have 3, I think. 1 and 2, exhale. And last one, exhale, lower, inhale, lift. Come back, bend your knees. Last 2, inhale out, exhale, lower 1, inhale. Exhale, lower 2, inhale. Everything lengthen and come back. Last 1. Ooh, my calves are burning. Okay, inhale out, exhale, lower, inhale up, and coming back. Okay, and just a little bit more footwork, because footwork always feels good. We're now in the second position, so you're sort of hip distance apart. Your feet, they're flat, like as if you're stepping on a floor, and your toes are pointed up to the ceiling. Hands relax on the side. Engage that core. If you are on an imprint like me, keep it at imprint. If you're at a neutral, it means you have a little bit of space, right, at the on your back, lower back, and also your pelvis is tilted flat, really, really flat. Mine is a little bit up from my pubic bone, okay? So pick your spine, position, and let's just exhale out, inhale to return, exhale to, inhale to return. We're gonna do this for 10. 3, exhale, inhale. So pay attention. Are you straightening one knee before the other? Now it's straightened. Are you unlocking one knee before the other? These are some small details. When you come back, okay. When you push out, is your hip hiking up? So it gives you that feeling where this side of your stomach is shorter and the other side is longer, right? These little details, pay attention. It'll help you a lot with your proprioception. It means awareness, and that's what we work on a lot in Pilates, right? Okay, and over here, we like to do a little bit of a lateral position to just open up that hip. It feels so nice. Exhale, inhale, 2, exhale, inhale, 3, long, like you're a rubber band, and then you're being stretched out. You're long. So it's never about crashing your knees down. Boom. That really is a bad thing for your knee, okay? You don't want that. So we have 2 more. Exhale. Pay attention when you're doing a heavy footwork like this. You can have some tension, right, on your neck and your shoulders. So you want to be aware of it all the time, yeah? Okay, and one of my favorites, next, we're gonna do medial. A lot of people get this wrong, so let's go through it step by step. First, you adduct your legs, okay, like completely stick them together. Now you open it up again to about hip distance, and then now you go out a little bit more. So a little bit wider, then your hip distance, okay? You're still stepping on your heels, but now imagine you have no more toes, you don't have feet, you don't have calves, you only have this part, which is your hip home, right? And your femurs, which is a big thigh bone. And you're rotating it inwards. And as a result of that internal rotation, your feet, which were previously pointing up to the ceiling, they're kind of like going in a little bit, but then not going over, because then you're just spraining your ankle, right? So let's repeat. Hip a little bit wider than hip distance apart. From your hips, rotate inwards, and as a result, your feet are still facing that side of the wall, but rotate it in a little bit, okay? Good, hold that position. You're working your pelvic floor, you're working your adductors. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, push out. Good, inhale, return. Good, now let's talk. Exhale, when you push out, yeah, you feel a little bit of a separation, right, of your thighs, and that's fine, right? It depends. Like I have big thighs, so a big part of my thighs is still touching, but those really, slim-legged girls, the ones I wanted so badly when I was a teenager. But now I'm happy about my legs. They're investment for when I'm 80, okay? So coming back to this medially rotated footwork, right? So it's all about working those adductors, right? Really rotating it in. And then when you're gonna bend your knees back, don't just let your knees flail out, but keep them inside, keep them, right? So really, you're just engaging that adductor the whole time. Last two. And even when you come back, your knees are still like rotated inwards and pointing towards each other. And last one, okay, all right. We can never go wrong with a little bit of a single leg. So we start off with my weaker leg, which is my left leg, okay? You may start with the other one, whichever is your weak leg, okay? The other leg, the stronger leg is on tabletop. Weaker leg has a nice high heel, okay? Maintain that high heel position. Exhale out, inhale, return. Exhale out. Okay, let's talk details. When you're pressing out, are your legs going like this all over the place, right? That means your outer muscles and your inner muscles, they're not balanced, right? Your abductors and your adductors. So what you want them to do is, hey, work together, right? Be a good team, right? And work together and press that leg out. Also, are you hip hiking? Meaning is one side of your obliques, right? The side of your stomach, is one shortening, is one lengthening? If that's happening, yeah, your obliques are not working hard enough to keep both sides of the muscles in the same length. So also do that, right? Okay, great. And now come back, we continue with the bicycle and bend your knees to return. This thing, so now it started to have more movement here, right? And you wanna make sure that hip is really not hiking. Your obliques are not short and long on one side. It's maintained. Okay, I have a little bit of a shake today. Honestly, I haven't done Pilates in like 3 weeks. So you pay the price. No matter whether you're a studio owner or you are a Pilates advanced student, but if you don't do your homework, you pay the price. Okay, and let's say that was the last one. Okay, good. Relax a little bit. Change your weaker leg to the single heel, okay? Your stronger leg, lift it up at a 45 degrees angle and flex, dorsiflex your ankle, right? Keeping this core really strong so you're not, letting go of your core. You're still, for me, I keep imprinted throughout the entire footwork because I've tried this. Before, with my own experience, I did neutral because neutral is a strong position, right? But it hurt my back. So imprint was good for me and I'm sticking to it. Exhale. Inhale, return. Exhale. Inhale, return. Exhale, 3. See how I'm keeping my legs as low as I can? I mean, I could also do a modification of this, but today I want to go as low as I can. I want to make this hip flexor, hold it right here without causing any other, movement to my core. And so now my thigh is burning like crazy, okay? And let's finish this 3 and 2 and last one. Good. Come back with a little bit of pulse. We're not done. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Maintain. Do not have any hip hiking or rotation or lifting. Last one. Good. Now we have to do everything on the other side. So get ready. Your stronger leg now, it's on high half toe position. Weaker leg is on tabletop position, okay? And when you're ready, inhale. Exhale to press out. Inhale, return. Exhale, press out. Good. So it's the same as just now. Okay, whatever we talked about. Some things to pay attention. I mean, we've been here in supine position, right? Like you're lying down for a while now. So sometimes my neck and my shoulders, they kind of like get more, they get more tense. So it's a good time to remind yourself that, where's your neck? Where are your eyes looking? Are they starting to look down? Are you having like a compression on your jaws, right? It's great. Okay. How many reps have we done? I've totally lost count. Okay. Let's just say that was the last one. I'm probably right, by the way. Okay. And we go straight into a bicycle. Okay. 2. Exhale when you push out. Inhale. Notice my ankles. I'm still trying to keep it as lifted as possible. I'm not allowing it to drop, right? And then also what we talked about, the whole core, obliques, all of this is just doing all the juicy good work to give you that strong, cohesive, well-aware core that we all want. Okay, great. And now coming back, put this down first, relax. Change to your heels. You're on a dorsiflexion, yeah? This is plantar, by the way, plantar flexion. This is dorsiflexion. So learn along, and you can become a Pilates instructor one day. Okay, so the other leg, we're gonna hold it at 45 degrees. Also dorsiflexed, okay? Core engaged. For me, I'm at an imprint. Exhale, push out. Inhale, return. Exhale, push out. Inhale, return. 3. Okay, I'm watching out that my neck does not have tension. And 5. Good, my thighs are burning. 6. I love this. I most of the time never skip on the single leg movement. Okay, and last 3. Exhale, inhale. Last 2. Inhale. And last 1. Great work. Okay, and there we finish, but let's just do a little bit of a, relaxing your hips and all of these hip flexors that work really hard. And let's just do a little bit more of a hip roll. Good, inhale, release. And we do this a little bit faster, but with good technique. I mean, your core is all warmed up now. So just follow as I go. 3, exhale, posterior. Pull that belly button to the spine. And then now release from the chest, the stomach, and the pelvis. Last one. Exhale. Whoo, that was a bad back fart. Good. Okay. And hold. And relax. Okay. Okay, let's grab our short box now. Put it up there. I don't know if I forgot to mention, put down your foot bar. I'm on a 1 blue, 1 white, which in international spring world, it basically means 3/4. Red, the heaviest is 1, right? Half is blue or green, and then the lightest is yellow, which is 1/4. So I'm on like the middle and the lightest, okay? Good. Step up, right? Hold your hands on the short box, step up. Now, some people like to put their feet on the platform. That's fine. I like to put it at the edge, okay? So we're gonna start off with some simple planks. Out, plank, knee tuck, back in. 2, out, knee tuck, back in. 3, everything should be controlled. Everything should be quite slow. I mean, I'm fine with like fast Pilates, but I mean, it doesn't get better than this kind of, speed, right? Okay, let's do another 3. You see how my upper back is at the same consistent height. It's not like moving up and down, right? I'm making sure. So this means that my quads, my armpits are working really hard. And my core, of course, that's nonetheless, right? Okay, great. From here, we're gonna just lift up one knee and return it. Alternate, lift up the other knee, return. 3, exhale. And do you notice when you're doing this, does your hip drop, right? We wanna avoid that. Keep going. Another 5. So we may, in our Pilates practice, we're never gonna stick forever to the classic contemporary, right? That's gonna be so boring. But whenever we're moving, we need to always consider movement principles that honestly don't belong to Pilates. It belongs to human beings. So when we're moving, are you using how the body should move. That's actually what movement principles are. All right, great. From here, we're gonna go down on your elbows. We're gonna repeat the whole process again. And now the challenge, of course, is to have your elbows right underneath your shoulders, no matter what, at least for the next 5 reps. You see how my tabletop on my back is, I'm quite confident it's a good, beautiful tabletop, okay? And last 2, good, and last 1. Hold out there, hold, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, am I struggling? 3, 2, and 1. Now you push out those elbows and you tuck it back in underneath your shoulders. 2, push it out and you tuck it back in. 3, slow and controlled. Okay, another 2. Exhale. I'm shaking. Last 1. And coming back. Good. Okay, put that knee down. Back on your hands again, because you know, when you're on your elbows and on your hands, you could be, oh, my wrist hurts, and then my shoulders hurt. So we kind of change it up so that, you know, you can get a break, but keep going. So now you're going to go out on a plank again, and now you're going to pike back. This is like every Pilates girl's favorite movement. 3. I'm allowing my wrists to go past my shoulders a little bit. I think that's okay, as long as you're not letting it go all the way out, because then that's another modification, and we don't want that. We want to keep it to like a push-up plank, right? And then lead back with your bum bum. Go out again, and lead back with your bum bum. Okay, and last 1. Okay, great. Now you're all warmed up, okay? Now you're all warmed up. Now we're going to just lift this leg up, and you're going to tuck your knee when you go out, and when you come back, just lift it up, okay? No momentum. Don't let any momentum swing you back and forth, right? So it's like, yeah, it's just stretching for your thighs, but also really, really hip extensor work, right? Last 2. So slow, no banging of your what's this called? Carriage. Last 1. Great, now you hold it out there, hold, and you kind of do like a twist. Look to the window, look to the camera, and come back. And again, 2, look to the window, camera, and back. And last 1, oops, you heard that banging sound, I'm not supposed to be doing it. Great, very nice. The other side. Lift it up and knee tuck. Lift it up and knee tuck. Okay, I mean, this is sort of like an arabesque as well. We have another 4. It's getting hard to speak now, I'm just kidding. Last 2. And last 1. Good, hold there. Okay, it's a bit slippery. Hold there, and now twist to the camera, here, and to the window, and coming back. And 2 out, twist, middle, and back. Keep your movements clean. 3. Twist. I mean, you are leading with your knees, but also make sure you're really, really leading with your obliques. Okay, great. Whew, a little 5-second break before we go back in again. Now we're gonna do some side planks. So we did all of that on our front. We're gonna do some on the sides. So here, your elbow is right underneath your shoulders, okay? And you should have your top leg in front, okay? That should feel nice. So you're kind of like flat-footed, as you can see here, right? I'm on a tiptoe at the back, and then I get my core ready. So a lot of people, they don't know how to get up on a side plank. They're like, you know? So get your core ready. Inhale, exhale, lift it up. So my back is on tiptoe. right? And my front is still flat. Now I hold my hand here, and my height, this length of my muscle here is the same. It's not bending, it's not going higher, right? And push out and coming back. When you feel comfortable, you can also tiptoe your top leg as well, right? Good, keep going. And these two knees, you see how they're pointing right forward? Yeah, they're not pointing down or up. They're pointing right at you. 3, 4, another 4, another 3, another 2, good. And last one. Okay, hold out here, hands reaching out, and now you just want to twist. Really, really twist your entire torso to look to the short box. And 2, twist. Good, we have another 3 more. Exhale. Last 2. Keep that core strong. Last one, and return. Great. Now we're gonna do on the other side. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so as you can see here, it's nice to get seated, that's fine. Elbows underneath your shoulders. Top leg in front, bottom leg behind, on tiptoe, getting ready. Okay, core strong. This arm supporting you on the box, okay? And press out. Good. Once you're comfortable, be on tiptoes for both feet, knees pointing right to the windows. Good. We have another 5. We have another 4. How's my back looking, guys? 3. And right. Watch out. You see, we don't want this elbow to come out of our shoulders. We want it underneath the shoulders, okay? Hold here, nice and strong, and then up. And we're gonna do the twist again. Torso, rotate as much as you can to the short box without allowing your chair to come back. 2, good. And 3, good. Let's push it out a little bit. 4, and last one. Whoop, I've lost control. Last one, good, and return. Whew, that was hot. Okay, now I'm all ready. My core is all, all warmed up. Let's do a little bit of just a bit of warm up for our triceps, right? 3, 4, just stand at the edge of whatever your platform is. Like, this is a really nice and safe space for you to explore the range of motion for your triceps. Like, you cannot fall from this, right? Good. I'm gonna do a bit of high rep for this. Last 2, and last one. Good, all right, rest. Okay, tadi dipotong. Aku lupa. Sisanya apa? Oh yeah, thanks, I remember. Oh. All right, so let's move that short box now to a long box. But I don't really like this. You've seen some accidents happen. There's nothing wrong with this machine. Let's just move it over if you need to, okay? I always try to keep the box inside, okay? For the springs, I've still kept it the same, blue and white, which means 3/4 of a spring. Okay, grab your straps, okay? So just grab it like this, and then hold on to the edge of your box and lie like fully down. Do not go on your knees. Go straight down. Yes, exactly, nice. And keep this bra line right at the edge of the box. Hold your straps all the way as, whoops, whoopsie. There we go. See, bloopers. But let's grab that, okay? So as I was saying, hold it, bra line at the edge of the box, and then just hold all the way, the furthest your hands can go. And now just kind of relax your head down. So your cervical spine, which is your neck in other words, it's like rounded forward, okay? Rounded forward, flex. That's what it means. That's what it is. And then your legs are pointed. Your legs are also adducted, and adducted means sticking together and engaged. So you inhale to pull downwards. Your back goes into a long line. And then you exhale and you extend your back. Keeping your neck still neutral. You see my voice is still pretty much the same. It's not sounding like this. It still sounds the same. That's how you know when your neck is neutral, okay? Inhale, release, back down. Exhale, release, fully, completely relax. Inhale in, one long line. Exhale, extend your back. Keep your neck neutral. Inhale down. Exhale, release and relax. We have 3 more. Inhale. Exhale, up, up, up. Inhale. Exhale, rolling down. Last 2. Inhale. Exhale, up, 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 up. Inhale. One long line. Exhale, release, full. And last one. Did I say last one? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Okay, relax for 2 seconds. Now, keep your legs pointed. See, your hands were here, right? Now you want to open up your hands to the side a little bit. So if this means you slide a little bit along the straps, that's fine, as long as you're like in the shape of a Y. Okay, Y. From Y, we're gonna pull your body to a T. To a T, we're gonna pull your body to like an A. Good. Back to a T and Y. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. The key here is, even though I'm not doing it perfectly myself, trying to keep your arms as wide to the side as possible, even when you're reaching out to the sides, to the back, right? Because if you drop your arms, you've gone back to the first movement again, okay? Last one. This one is a killer. Inhale in, exhale out, inhale, and exhale. Good. And now raise up your back to be a strong, long line, legs together. Pull your elbows towards the back. And then this is a funny thing. You're going to start doing triceps, and your cable is going to start to shake like crazy. But you're going to pull through it, and you're going to breathe through it. Exhale. Inhale, return. Keep that elbow. You see my elbow? It's like near the sides of my chest. I'm not letting it come forward, okay? And another 4. Exhale. Whew. And 3. The spring's a bit heavy today. And last 2. And last 1. Beautiful. And release and rest just for 2 seconds. Do the opposite direction of what you did. Just now we did a lot of back extension, right? Now just release to the front. And if any of you has any back pain doing this, just let me know, okay? And I'll be able to help you. So now put the hook back on. Hands on your reformer. Step down, but we're not done. We're still on the same spring, which is 3/4. Now, you're gonna grab the straps again, but you see how this is the one that's far away from me, right? The one that's far away from me is gonna be in front of me. The one that's closest to me, behind me. Whatever I just said, if you're confused, just look like this, okay? After you look like this, and then you grab your edge of your box, and you just sit down carefully. Sit down carefully, okay? And use your arms, use your strong arms to push the box down as you lift your bum up, and then you scoot it to the edge. You want the edge. You don't want to be here, okay? Because you're going to be lying down later. So I say a bit more. Good. And legs just, feet just in front. Okay. From here, you can feel, okay, your arms. If you keep it at the back, it's really bad for your shoulders. So just immediately just pull the straps forward. It's fine. It's fine. You're not going to fall, okay? And then you start to hold this strong. You don't have to pull it forward. Just hold it strong as you articulate your spine. rolling down. You may lift up one leg at tabletop first, and then you may lift up the other leg at tabletop, and then you hold your fingers in front of your, I suddenly forgot what this is in English because I speak so many languages. Your forehead, oh my goodness, your forehead, good. And now inhale up, everything is straight. Still inhale and exhale. Inhale, this is a backstroke. Open and exhale. Inhale, up and open and exhale. Last two, inhale, open and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Good, and now reverse. Open it up and bend and push outwards. Two, inhale and bend and push outwards. Good, last two. And bend and push outwards. Last one. And bend and push backwards. Good. Tuhan, itu siapa ya? Guys? Siapa? Umi? Siapa itu? Hah? Ah sudah, cepet selesai. Aku lagi video lagi. Sudah? Aku bisa lanjut nggak? Hah? Apa? Saya nggak bisa dengar, Umi. Oke. Iya sama aku, tapi nggak ada uang beli doi. Nanti aku juga nggak ada duit. Iya nanti aja, aku lagi rekam lagi, aduh. Ya suruhin Akli yang beli dulu lah. Uangnya saya, aduh. Dan aku udah bilang kunci kan, Umi? Kamu ada kunci? Hah? Nanti dikunci aja ya, biar nggak itu. Oke, tadi sampai mana? Back, okay, good. Alright. Right, okay, good. Okay. Alright, from here, we're going to keep your legs out straight, and we're just gonna do some leg lifts. Strengthen that core even more. 2, 3, and make sure your eyes, they're looking right in between your knees, not up at the ceiling, okay? Because then that's not nice at all for your neck. Just hold there. We still have another 3 more. Keep that core strong. Last 2. And last one. Good. You may come down. You may hold it like this and roll yourself up, okay? Okay, now you scoop back a little bit. You come here a little bit because you want your upper back to kind of come off the box. So this is a scary move, but you just lie down, hands open, and just relax. Completely relax. From here, you tuck your chin in, scoop your hands, and come up to a tabletop. Good. Again, roll down as you distance away your big thighs away from your chest, and then now tuck in your chin again. Roll from your neck. Roll, roll, roll. Come to a tabletop. Again, roll down. Yeah. Increase that distance between your thighs and your chest. Tuck your chin in. Roll, roll, roll. Tabletop. 2 more times. Roll slowly. Roll. Synchronize that arm, that chest, those thighs. Exhale. Roll in, starting from your chin, and then your thoracic spine. Come up to a tabletop, and last one. Roll down. Exhale. Roll in as you come up to a tabletop. Great. Okay, good. Come out of there, okay? So just step out. Now we're going to get rid of this box for a moment. Okay, grab this. Oops, grab this. And put this here to the sides. Okay, and now we're gonna lift up our foot bar. Okay, this reformer is new. I'm still getting used to it, really. Okay, so the foot bar's up. And then we want the spring to be one red. Okay, one heavy spring. And then you can take the rest off. Great, you may put the platform back on. Okay, so first you're gonna bend your knees and you're gonna kneel. Your toes are flat and pointing to that side of your room, okay? So that your toes are not pointed downwards. Your toes are pointed that side, okay? Find yourself in the middle of the reformer carriage, hands on the foot bar, thumbs always, most of the time, always in front. They're never doing this. They're always doing, yeah, like a monkey grip, I think. Good, nice. So keep your soles of your feet stuck to the shoulder rest, and now lift your bum up. Okay, good. So now it's like another kind of plank, right? Keep this strong, keep the back strong, keep your armpits, triceps, biceps, deltoids strong, pushing your bum to the front, and now just like as if you're raising your arms close to your forehead, and then pulling back with control. 2. Good. Inhale and exhale as you come back. Notice how my hips, okay, they're at a hip extended position. Okay, we have a bit of time to talk here, so let's talk details. What's a hip extension? It's like when your femurs, when your thighs, they are far away from your chest. And when you bring them close in, it's a hip extension, right? So this is a hip flexion. This is a hip extension. So you see how when I'm going out, my hips are still extended. They never come back, right? They're always out. So in other words, always sticking my bum forward, but not with loss of control. Good, and out. Again, last 2. Good. My shoulders are, in a way, okay, though it's not the best way to explain it, it's pressed downwards. It's not necessarily depressed down, but it's controlled, it's stabilized at the right spot. So I'm not having any of this. I'm really, really stabilizing my shoulders, right? My scapula, all of that. Great. And now we're gonna do some knee stretches. I know this is my least favorite movement as well. It's difficult, okay? So now instead of a hip extension, what we were doing, now we're definitely doing a hip flexion. So this is getting closer to your chest, right? And then your armpits have to be really strong, your whole arms, from the deltoids, pecs, to biceps, triceps, everything is working. Okay, you just sit back there, hang back there with this kind of an angle, and then you only just push out and tuck it back in. It's like your bum is left behind, right? It's not moving forward. I don't have any movement here. I'm just pushing out, in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale to return. Last 6 again. Last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. That was the knee stretches, straight back. Now let's try again the same thing, but round back. Yeah, round back. There you go. And same concept. This angle between your inner arm and the side of your chest should remain the same, right? 1, 2, exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last 2. Last 1. Whew. Okay, that was very, very nice. Now I want to show you our next advancement of the movement. You can lift up your headrest, okay? So it's up here. Okay, lift it up. Your foot bar is the same. Your spring is still the same, one red. Before you get on, put your foot here, right here, between that angle where it's flat and your headrest is coming up a bit, right there. You step your toes right there. Have a strong core all ready to go. Lift yourself up, right? Straighten that leg, so, really use those quads. Lift it, good. Now we're doing a long stretch. So inhale out. Exhale to return. Inhale out. Exhale to return. I know you want to feel like your thumbs want to come inside, but maintain that monkey grip. Another 3. Inhale. Exhale to return. Last 2. And last 1. Good, and you did the long stretch. Now, step up, move your feet backwards a little bit, okay? And go all the way as to be on tiptoes, right? Okay, this is the up stretch. So, keeping your shoulders stacked on top of your wrist a little bit, just push out to a plank. You see how my shoulders is still right on top of my wrist? Good. Hold there, okay? Your nice, long, strong line, and then just bring your arms close to your stomach. And then from here, you look like a wave in the big ocean. Good, and now put your hips back again, right on top of your ankles again. So now, in another way of explaining it, bring your ankles far away. Bring your ankles far away. And then pull yourself up in a long straight line, starting from your head, roll it in, thoracic flexion, okay? And return your hips right on top of your ankles, okay? Again, out, inhale. Come back in one strong, long line, starting with your head, getting punched in the stomach, putting your hips back right on top of your ankles again. Last 2. Good. Coming back here and roll it in, roll it in. Good. See, nice, strong plank. And last one. Tuck your chin in, chest in, stomach. Put your hips to the back. Now the reverse direction. Make sure you have a strong grip. Rolling your butt and your hips forward until you can no longer do it, and then press out to the back like a big, long plank. After that, roll your hips back again. Or in other words, keep your hips back, pull your ankles towards your chest, right? And you still have that thoracic flexion, meaning that bend in your back. Push yourself out again to a plank. Roll to the back. Bring your ankles in underneath your hips. Roll, 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 roll like a wave. Good. And last 2. Bring your ankles right in underneath your tummy. Good. And roll, roll like a wave forward. And last 1. And roll. Good. Here, you want to have that punched in the gut feeling, right? It's different when you're just doing a flat back because you're not really activating your front core muscles. But when you do like a crunched, ouch, somebody punch me kind of position, see? All of it has to be activated to keep these muscles short, right? Beautiful. Great. Okay. So from there, we're going to go into our next, see, luckily I checked. We're going to go into our next series. We're going to have feet in straps, okay? So please prepare your springs to be 2 red, okay? 2 red. Maybe heavy for some of you, so you can do 1.5, like 1 red, 1 blue, or 2 reds, that's fine, okay? Sit at the edge of your reformer, hands on the shoulder rest, and then I'm gonna put this down first. Okay, and lie down. Good, just swing your legs to the side. Great, very nice. From here, grab your straps, okay? Grab your straps. Put the long ones on, okay? So step out from in your foot bar. Put it as close to your heels as possible. 1 strap first. Once you get it, tighten, press out. Balance with your core. Bend your other knee, and then put it back on, and then get it as close as possible to your heels. Oops. Get it as close as possible to your heels, right? And then hold this tight while you step out. Yeah, exactly. Okay, and then now adjust your obliques. Is one shorter? Is one longer? Is it falling to the sides, right? Okay, are your straps the same height? Okay, I think we're good to go. Now we're gonna keep it at an imprint again. Imprint meaning your pubic bone is coming upwards a bit. It's like a little tuck, right? Okay, great. From here, we're gonna go straight into short spine. So lifting up your legs up to the ceiling, letting the straps pull you all the way as much as you can. And then now just lifting your torso and your legs up. When you're up here, don't do anything yet. Rotate your legs to face the outsides, which is lateral rotation. And then bend your knees towards your forehead without lowering your spine. Over here, you have a dorsiflexion on your ankles, meaning like, flex. And then now roll your spine down, one spine at a time, until you can no longer, this is my maximum, and then I put down my pelvis flat. From there, then I lengthen my legs out to 45 degrees, and then I come back again to a parallel position. Again, yeah? Inhale up, feet to the ceiling. Let the straps pull you all the way, right? And then roll it up, all the way up. And then rotate your legs outwards. Bend your knees towards your forehead. Roll your spine down, one spine at a time until you can no longer do it. And then just rotate your hips so that it's flat now on the bed, right? Like as if you're just lying down as usual. Then you straighten out your knees and then parallel. One more time. Inhale up, feet to the ceiling. Exhale, roll it up. Laterally rotate, bend your knees, roll down one spine at a time, and then put back your hips flat on the carriage, and then push it out. Now we're gonna try something exciting. You're still on lateral, meaning you're still rotated outwards, your thighs, okay? Keep them. Now bend it back in. Bend your knees back into that position, okay? This is a tabletop position, laterally rotated. And then now roll your spine off, one spine at a time, like you're doing everything in reverse. Great, and now press out to the top and come back to parallel, meaning knees are parallel to each other, and then roll down your spine, one spine at a time, until the edge of your tailbone is already flat, and then press down. Again, turning out laterally rotated, bend your knees towards your chest, roll your spine off, one spine at a time. Good. And then straight legs, turn them to be parallel, lower your spine, articulate your spine, one spine at a time, down until your hips and sacrum is all down, and then push it down. We have one last time. Laterally rotate to the outside, bend your knees, roll your hips up, one spine at a time. Good. And then now lengthen out. Good. Turn it inwards towards parallel direction. Articulate your spine down, one spine at a time. Bum heavy, 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 heavy. And then press your legs down. Ah, that's great. Now we're just gonna come back to some leg circles. You start at a 45 degrees, lower diagonal. Inhale up to the ceiling. Your knees are parallel, okay? They're not turned out, they're not turned in. Good. When your ankles are right on top of your hips, just open your legs out to a little bit wider than hip distance, and then press them out, circle to 45, and adduct them again. Inhale up to the ceiling, abduct them out, press them down, and adduct, ADD, them in, okay? Now let's speak in normal lingo. Inhale up, open up to the sides, exhale, press down, and stick your thighs together. One last time. Inhale up, open, press down, and close. And now from the 45 degrees, you go the opposite direction. Inhale up, close them, right? See how it's neat, right? And exhale, press down. Good. Two, open and up. And to the middle, stick your thighs together and press down. We have two more. Inhale, open and up. See how my ankles are pointed? Yeah? So maintain that plantar pointed position. Last one. And my stomach, my core is still in imprint all the time, right? Because I don't want to have any injuries to my specific back. Okay, next we're going to turn them outwards, laterally rotated. Again, same thing. Lift them up to the top of our, stacked on top of our hips. Open. Now you may open as wide as you like because you're on a laterally rotated bone direction, okay? And adduct them, inhale up again, and open them. Exhale, press down. Notice how my core is not losing any of its integrity. Inhale up and open, and exhale, press down. Last three. Inhale up and open. Exhale, press down. Last two. Inhale, open, abduct, circle down, adduct. Last one. Inhale up. Abduct your legs, circle down, and adduct. Immediately to reverse. Inhale up, and meet up here on top of your hips, still laterally rotated. I know it's really sore. And then exhale, press down. Whoo, it's burning. Inhale up, open, maintain that strong core, and exhale, press down. Three, inhale up, and exhale, press down. Another three, inhale up, exhale, press down. Last two. Good. Keep that lateral rotation, okay? That's the whole point. Last one. And press down. But we're not done. Now turn to medial rotation. Remember medial, meaning like you're rotating from your hip joints, right? Rotating inwards. Your big toes are probably touching each other. Good. Now lift it up to the top of your hips and only open up maximum to your shoulder height, shoulder width, okay? And press down. Coming back again to lower diagonal. Up again. If you were to follow my fingers, it would literally just be like open a little bit, press down, and come back to the middle. So there's none of that big circle because that's not how the bones work. If you force yourself, in the long run, you'll have some wear and tear in your joints. And also, you might actually not be at a medial rotation anymore. You might actually, because you force yourself to go so wide, you're back to lateral. And so then we're not working the right muscles that we want, okay? By the way, it's really challenging to do the medial. Don't you agree, right? Okay, last one. Let's finish this up first. And open and press down. Good, but don't forget the reverse. Now open it up a little bit first, just a bit, like what, 20 centimeters? Up and close them and press down again. Open to as wide as your hips, that's probably it, right? Flex your hips, adduct your legs, extend your hips, right? Open, flex your hips, adduct, and push your legs away. That's hip extension. Last one, open, up, and adduct, and press down. Whoo, hot and burning and sore. Oh, okay, great. Can I just put them here? Yes, okay, great, I can. Now, get off your reformer. Remember, you always come off to the sides, okay? You never just get up like that. In the long term, that's not good for you. One red, okay, one red. So let's take off one of the springs, one red. And now kneel on your carriage, and then you have these two shoulder rests, and they're sticking on your calves, the front of your calf, your tibia, okay? So make sure they stick. Make sure they're not flying off. They're sticking, okay? And you try to maintain from your chin all the way down to your belly button. Try to still have a straight line. I know your hips are hiked, but it doesn't mean you have to sit like this, right? If you can, push this down nicely. And from your chin to your belly, it should still look like a straight line. Now your arms are placed a little bit in front of your shoulders, not right beside. In front of your shoulders, inhale up to the sides of your ears, and exhale using your obliques to push out to the sides. This doesn't need to be straight. This elbow, it's not important. What's important is you're using this to push and stretch. Inhale up, reach up, up and over. The key word is up and over. The other side, inhale up and over also. Okay, as we go, let's talk about details. Inhale up. This is a lateral flexion, so obviously lateral meaning to the side, outside. So we don't want any of this, front forward. That's a different thing, okay? Stretch, inhale up, and exhale. Again, inhale up, and exhale, stretch. Inhale up, and stretch up and over, right? Never just over, but up and over, right? Okay, now, okay, I got my fatties sticking out all over the place, okay. Next, we have the mermaid, the same, but with rotation. So same position, inhale up, and exhale, stretch. From here, you have a nice long lateral flexion. Put your hands down. And then rotate your chest to look towards the springs, okay? Great. From here, you bend your elbows 3 times. 1, 2, good, and 3, good. From here, lengthen, straighten your arms, feel that stretch on my right side, and then open up your chest. And let's just do this 3 times because it feels so good. 2, last one. Okay, and then now you're going to push yourself down. You are going to turn your attention back to the front and like a ballerina, return. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'll see you in a bit, but same thing here. Okay, my tibia, right, and my shins are connected, right? They're because the energy has to travel towards the edge of this reformer. Hands in front of my shoulders a little bit. Inhale up and over and stretch. Oh, it's such a nice stretch. Inhale up and to the other side. Notice how like I have a wall in front of my face. So I literally can't go forward and I can't go backwards either. I can only go to the side, up and to the side. Last one. Inhale up and exhale to the side. Inhale up and to the side. Good. Okay. Now, mermaid with rotation. Inhale up. Exhale, lateral flexion. And then put your hands down. Turn your torso to look towards the springs. Really, really keep that hip as low as possible, stuck to the chair, right? So it's your torso that's rotating. It's a nice little stretch at your back and underneath your armpits as well. Bend your elbows 3 times. 1, 2, and last one. Straighten your elbows. Open up your chest. Push down. And 2, open up your chest. And down. And last one, open up your chest again. Press out again. Now when you press out, keep that arm strong. Move, turn to the front of your reformer, to the side, sorry, and up. And there we go. We're finished with the mermaid. Okay, I hope that was a great workout. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.